Hello friends, and welcome back to Rachel's Baking Corner. Today we will be making banana cake. Not banana bread, not banana muffins, banana cake. I'm really excited to try this, as I say in every video, solely because I guess the concept of banana cake is a little odd to me. I've never really thought of banana and cake together. I always think of banana bread or banana muffins, but I'm assuming this is going to be a lighter and fluffier yet moist concoction that gives me the happiness of banana bread, but the happiness of cake? I don't know. I'm ready to try it. I want to see what's going to happen. I found this recipe on Instagram, so we will have that linked in the description for you, as I always do. But I'm just really pumped to try it. So blah, 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 let's get on with it. Let's talk ingredients, tools, order of operations, and then we'll be baking. Ready? 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 Let's do it. Okay. When it comes to ingredients, we are going to talk both cups and grams. That way you have both options because this recipe offers that, and that's really great because I prefer grams, but not everyone has that option. So when it comes to the bananas, you are looking at 466 grams of medium ripe bananas or 4 medium ripe bananas. When it comes to the flour, you're going to be looking for 420 grams, which is 3.5 cups. When it comes to your sugars, we have 300 grams of regular granulated sugar, or 1.5 cups, and then 220 grams of light brown sugar, which is 1 cup. When it comes to the milk, we are talking 1/2 cup of whole milk. As usual, I'm using oat milk. I really don't know if that's going to make a difference today. It hasn't really caused any problems in my previous recipes where I use oat milk instead of whole milk, but I'm not really sure. There is lemon in this recipe, so that makes me wonder if maybe something is going to be involved chemically here that I might be missing, but let's just cross our fingers and hope for the best, okay? Speaking of lemon, as odd as that sounds in a banana cake, that is a tablespoon of lemon and a tablespoon of vanilla extract. Next, you're going to need a whole cup of room temperature butter, which is 2 sticks, 4 room temperature large eggs, and then active ingredients and things. We are talking 1 teaspoon of cinnamon, 1 teaspoon of kosher salt, 1 1/4 teaspoons of baking soda. I put all of those in there because they all go into the cake at the same time with the dry ingredients. Now, you can't have a cake without frosting, and this cake is a cream cheese frosting. So I am going to be attempting that, but when I say attempt, I mean I don't have all the ingredients per se, so I'm going to be riffing a little bit. When it comes to the cream cheese, it recommends or asks for a block of cream cheese, which is 227 grams. I didn't have a whole block, I had 1/2 block, so I did the 1/2 block and then I just added sour cream up to the 227 grams. We will see how this goes. I don't know. It'll be fun to try though. I imagine sour cream and cream cheese probably offer the same kind of flavors, and hey, maybe it's gonna be a hit and I love it and I do that all the time. You never know. You need 1/2 cup of room temperature butter or a stick. And then the recipe calls for 4.5 cups of confectioner's sugar, which is 540 grams, which is an obscene amount of powdered sugar. But I didn't have that much, so I put every speck that I have in this bowl, and it was like just under 500 grams, so we should be okay. We'll see. It's fine. It's not a big deal. I have made many a frosting and never ever use a recipe. I just kind of throw things together and taste and add and do what I have to until it tastes like a frosting I like. You can't mess frosting up. It just needs butter and sugar. Whatever you add to it, you just are improving on it. So it'll be totally fine. So only other, tools that I really want to mention, I'm going to go with a mixing bowl, hand mixer, my whisk, and my rubber spatula. You can use your stand mixer. You can use just some determination and elbow grease. It won't really make a difference because this is bananas. It's going to be pretty easy. What matters most is that you do not overmix because it is cake still, and we don't want it to be dense and gooey and gross. We want it to be fluffy and light and airy, okay? The recipe does call for a 13 by 9 inch pan, which I don't think I have. So I'm gonna improvise and just start off with my big round pan, which I have no idea how big it is. We're gonna start off with this, and if it doesn't fill it up, because we'll only go about halfway for this one, I have a smaller round pan that I'll use for the rest of the batter. And honestly, whichever one turns out prettier, I will display. So it'll be a nice little surprise at the end. Okay, well, this has been a journey just talking about these ingredients. So let's clear off and move on with it, okay? Okay. Here we are. So we're going to make our cake. We're gonna bake our cake. While the cake is baking, we are going to make our frosting, and then we'll let the frosting chill in the fridge while the cake is cooling, and then we will top it with frosting, maybe add some sprinkles or some kind of decoration, and then we'll be done. It's really easy. First things first, let's mix our dry ingredients together. So I have my flour, I have my baby whisk, I have my cinnamon, my salt, and my baking soda. All of that is gonna go in here, and you want to whisk together the dry ingredients so that all of your active ingredients, the baking soda, are going to be suspended in that flour. Dry ingredients are mixed together. I'm gonna set them aside for a moment. Now we have our bananas. I realize you can't really see because they're in a bowl, but I have my bananas mashed up in here. We are going to add our lemon juice and our milk. Fingers crossed that oat milk is okay. And I'm just gonna use my rubber spatula to mix this together. I'm taking a little extra time to make sure my bananas are nice and finely mashed and really incorporated in with that milk. That way we get a relatively good consistency in the final cake. Got these mixed together perfectly. I'm gonna set this aside for now. Now we are gonna whip up our butter and sugar. So we have 2 sticks of butter, room temperature, which is a whole cup. Both of our sugars, brown and granulated, right into here. Now I'm going to use my hand mixer, and I'm gonna slowly start incorporating these. You may have noticed this is a new hand mixer. My lovely boyfriend got me this for Christmas, and I'm very excited about it because this has a very gentle start, which doesn't make my ingredients fly around the kitchen right away, which is really, really what I need. And it's cordless, which is freaking fantastic. Just like cookies, you're gonna wanna whip this up for about 3 to 5 minutes until it's light and fluffy and has a beautiful texture, okay? Okay, that's good. We're gonna call that good enough because I'm getting tired. Now we are going to continue whipping the butter and sugar and slowly incorporate 1 egg each, 4 eggs total, and then we'll add the vanilla. I almost forgot the vanilla. Silly me. As you can see, the butter, eggs, and sugar have made for a really light and fluffy mix. It looks so good. I really just want to eat it like this, honestly. Looks great. Now it's time to finish this concoction. We are going to add 1/3 of our flour to our butter and sugar mixture. Mix it until just incorporated. 1/2 of our banana and milk mixture. Mix until just barely incorporated. Another 1/3 of flour, and the other second half of the banana, and then the last third of the flour until just barely incorporated. I don't remember what that method is called, but that's what we're gonna do. So let's do it. 1/3. Ooh, it smells so good. Mix. Okay, just barely incorporated. Half of this. Blah, 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 blah. Oh, it looks real gross. Oh, and I've just made such a mess, I'm sure, but that's okay. And mixy. Oh my gosh, that instantly smells so good. Yay, I'm so excited. 1/3 of our flour. I made a mess. Still made a mess. Always do. I may have mentioned before, but in order to give my arm a little bit of a break, I'll rotate the bowl at the same time so that the bowl moving and the mixer going back and forth work smarter, not harder, you know? All right, last half of the banana. Mix. I think you understand the gist. Okay. And the last of the flour. Ooh. You know what I think I'll do? Oh my gosh. I think we're gonna toast some pecans and make that our topping over the frosting. Oh my gosh. That is gonna be so good. Yes, that's what we're doing. Oh, I'm pumped. So you know what has to happen now. I have to taste it. I want to say it tastes like banana bread, but it's so much more creamier and way more vanilla than I've ever had in banana bread. And it's so much sweeter, which is a little scary because banana bread is already pretty sweet, but we're not talking breakfast here, we're talking cake, dessert. So I'm going to say I'm happy with that. Let's hand mix the rest just to make sure we don't over whip, and then we can put it in our pan. Here is our final cake batter. Clearly it's very thick because it's got banana in it, but it is nice and fluffy. And the color is beautiful in my opinion, and you can still see the little flecks of solid banana in there, which I hope is gonna be okay. I think it's gonna be fantastic. Fantastic. All right. Looks great, looks fantastic. So let me get my pan and we're gonna get this going. Let's prep our pans. So I have traced and cut out a couple pieces of parchment paper for both of my pans. Set those aside for a second. Get your spray oil. Do a quick little zhuzh of that. Great. Probably just got oil all over my kitchen, but I don't care. We're gonna take the top part of the parchment paper and stick it in the oil to get it oiled up. Then we're going to pull it out and flip it over so that the parchment paper is greased, but it's also gonna stick. This way we don't have any bit of that cake sticking to any of this. We have guaranteed release at the end. Great. All right, hold on just a second. Now we have our pans oiled and ready to go. Let's distribute our batter. Obviously, I'm gonna start with the bigger pan first because I want this to be my priority at the moment. Here we go. start there. Just evening it out. So that's about halfway up the pan. I really think this is gonna work out. I'm so excited. Oh my gosh. Okay. And this is just a little under a half, but that's okay. We're gonna get 2 whole cakes out of this, and I'm really excited. And obviously it's gonna puff up. We have both of our cakes ready to go. This is a lot of cake. We are going to put these in a 350-degree oven, and they are going to bake for about an hour until a toothpick comes out clean. They're gonna be nice and golden brown, pulling away from the edges, your usual cake stuff. So let's do it. All right, so while my cakes are baking and cooling, let's make some frosting, especially since we have a little bit of sour cream in this mixture. I think it's probably gonna be helpful that the frosting is nice and firm. So we're gonna refrigerate. So 1/2 cup of butter, which is 1 whole stick, which didn't come out all that clean, wah wah. And then the cream cheese and sour cream. I'm gonna need a spatula. Okay, so butter and sour cream in this bowl. You're not really gonna be able to see what I'm doing, and I apologize in advance. We're gonna whip this up until light and fluffy. All right, and now we're going to slowly incorporate our sugar. I mean slowly. Should I scoop? Oh Lord. Powdered sugar is just a mess, such a mess. I hate it. I hate working with powdered sugar. I hate it. I hate breathing it in. I hate the mess it makes. I hate how sticky I am after using it. If you have an equal amount of hate of powdered sugar that I do, comment down below and share your hate with me so I feel better. Okay, so I added a couple scoops. Let's whip this up. Let's add some more. I'm just whipping it until it comes together. How about this? I'll turn my hate for powdered sugar into a positive. Instead of sharing your hate down below, which you certainly can do still, but instead of that, you could also give me some tips or pointers on how to handle my powdered sugar better so that maybe I won't hate it as much. If you have any advice, I will happily take it. Thank you very much. My oven's preheated. Okay, let's add that. Oops. Of course. Of course. This is already looking so divine. Let's taste it. Oh Lord, that sour cream. Oh, I'm so excited. That's delicious. I think we're at a good spot now where I can pour this in. Oh, I'm gonna regret this. This makes such a mess. And it's everywhere. Okay. Okay, let's see here. Ooh, oh my gosh, this is beautiful. Let's taste it. I don't think I've ever made a frosting taste that good before. Did I just discover something? Oh my gosh. And it's like such a luxurious consistency. Look at that. Oh, I'm so excited. Do people get this excited over things? Is it just me? Is there something wrong with me? There might be. Comment down below if, no, I'm just kidding. If you think there's something wrong with me. Here's our frosting. It's kind of hard to stir around with one hand, but it is thick and silky. It's beautiful color and consistency. I'm so excited to frost a cake with this. This was definitely a winner in my opinion, and I will use this recipe again. And we are back. I have the smaller of the two cakes right here. It smells really good. It smells a lot like banana bread, honestly. I went ahead and took it upon myself to just throw some chopped pecans in my toaster oven and give them a quick toast. So that will be our topping. We've got our frosting. It is time to assemble this cake and make it look beautiful, and then possibly, and I mean definitely, give it a taste. So let's do it. So I have my frosting here. It's been chilling the whole time the cakes were baking and cooling. So it might be a little firm, but I'm not worried about it. I did flip the cake and invert it to where the top of the cake is on the bottom of my plate right now, so that I have a nice even top to work with a good caramelized crust. Hopefully that'll make for a little easier frosting. And we're gonna just do some classic frosting here. We're not gonna do anything fancy. I have my offset spatula, which is what I'm going to use to spread it out. But I'm already getting frosting all over me. I do have my cake on a little Lazy Susan to help me spin it around, so that's what I'm going to do. You by no means need one of these. I just got this as a gift from my grandfather, and I always love using it. I'm just going to smear this around and get a nice even layer. It's spreading out perfectly. Good. I'm not too sure I'm going to worry about the sides because this is a very sweet cake. I think I mostly just want the top to be frosted. That's how I've been envisioning it. So that's what I'm going to do. Good. I'm pleased with that. I think that looks okay. Honestly though, I could sit here and fiddle with frosting all day long because I'm a perfectionist, so I'm gonna have to tell myself to quit in a second here. I think that's good. Okay. So now I have my toasted pecans that I'm just gonna sprinkle on just as garnish and decoration. I'm being a little strategic, I guess, so that it looks nice. Great. All done. Look at how cute it is. Very clean, simple, and pretty. And I'm so excited to try it. Okay, so as silly as this sounds, my camera wasn't in focus for the taste test, so we're going to do that again. So let's try this. I'm excited. It turned out really good. It turned out really cute. Looks like a perfect little piece of cake. And let's taste it. It still has that rich, thick flavor of banana, and it's still heavier than like birthday cake, but it's lighter and silkier like cake versus a banana bread. I don't know if any of that makes sense, but it's great. It's definitely got less of that heavy, stodgy, weigh you down kind of breadiness, and it has a fluffier, airier, more cakiness. It's It's also sweeter. That pecan really helps elevate that flavor. And then the cream cheese is just rich and delicious and sweet and creamy. It's so good. I think this is gonna be a hit with all my friends and family, especially my coworkers who get to eat all of my goodies. I'm totally okay with eating another slice of it because it's really good. All right, well, that's it for me. I hope you liked this video. Please leave a comment down below if you ever wanted to try this recipe out. I don't think that, by the way, I don't think that the oat milk made a difference versus the whole milk. I'm not really tasting a difference. It's possible the composition could be very different. It could be lighter and fluffier if you use whole milk, I'm not sure. So leave a comment down below or message me on Instagram if you tried this recipe and did the whole milk. I'm really curious to see if it made a difference. Also leave a comment of other recipes you'd like me to try. I'm always looking for something new to try. Thank you so much for watching. If you liked this video, please like it, subscribe. I really love the support you guys have been giving me. I hope you enjoyed this video and I will see you next time. I love you. Mwah. Bye.